Pico della Mirandola's Oration on the Dignity of Man is one of the most celebrated texts of the Italian Renaissance. Written in 1486 by Giovanni Pico della Mirandola, a philosopher and nobleman, the work is often considered the manifesto of the Renaissance due to its emphasis on human potential and dignity. In this treatise, Pico argues that human beings occupy a special place in the cosmos, having been endowed with the freedom to shape their own destiny through reason and will. The work reflects the humanist ideals of the Renaissance, blending elements of philosophy, theology, and classical thought in a bold vision of human agency and self-determination. Pico's life and intellectual context. Giovanni Pico della Mirandola was born on February 24, 1463, into a noble family in the Duchy of Mirandola, located in the northern Italian region of Emilia-Romagna. He was a brilliant scholar, fluent in several languages, including Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and Arabic. Pico studied at various Italian universities, such as Bologna and Padua, and developed an interest in theology, philosophy, and the ancient wisdom of classical antiquity. His intellectual pursuits led him to seek a synthesis between different schools of thought, including Christianity, Neoplatonism, Aristotelianism, and Kabbalah. Pico's Oration on the Dignity of Man was meant to serve as the introduction to his famous 900 Theses, a collection of propositions on various philosophical and theological topics. These theses were intended to be defended in a public debate in Rome, which Pico hoped would demonstrate the unity of knowledge and the compatibility of various philosophical traditions. However, his ambitious plan was thwarted when Pope Innocent VIII condemned some of the theses as heretical in 1487. Pico was forced to flee Italy, though he later reconciled with the papacy and continued his intellectual endeavors. Human dignity and free will. At the heart of Pico's oration is his argument that human beings are unique among all creatures because of their capacity for self-transformation. Unlike animals, whose nature is fixed, or angels, whose nature is immutable, humans possess the freedom to shape their own essence. God, according to Pico, created human beings neither celestial nor earthly, neither mortal nor immortal, but placed them at the center of the world with the freedom to determine their own fate. This capacity for self-fashioning, Pico argues, is what grants humanity its special dignity and makes humans the chameleons of the world. Pico's vision of human freedom is grounded in the Christian belief in free will, but it also draws on classical sources, particularly the works of Plato and Aristotle. He believed that through the exercise of reason and virtue, human beings could ascend the ladder of being and attain a divine state of wisdom and enlightenment. Conversely, those who fail to cultivate their intellectual and moral faculties risk descending into a brutish and bestial existence. This dual possibility, of rising to the level of the angels or falling to the level of animals, underscores the gravity of human freedom and responsibility. The influence of Neoplatonism and Hermeticism. Pico's oration is heavily influenced by Neoplatonism, a philosophical tradition that traces its roots to the 3rd century philosopher Plotinus. In the Neoplatonic worldview, the material world is seen as a reflection of a higher, spiritual reality, and the goal of human life is to transcend the material and unite with the divine. Pico's emphasis on the potential for human ascension reflects this Neoplatonic ideal. He envisions the human soul as capable of moving upward through various levels of existence, ultimately achieving union with God. In addition to Neoplatonism, Pico was deeply influenced by Hermeticism, an esoteric tradition based on the writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, an ancient figure believed to be a source of hidden wisdom. Hermeticism emphasizes the unity of all knowledge and the belief that humans can attain divine wisdom through intellectual and spiritual practice. Pico incorporated many Hermetic ideas into his philosophy, particularly the notion that humans, as microcosms of the universe, possess the potential to understand and shape the cosmos, the unity of truth. A central theme in Pico's thought is the belief in the unity of all truth. He maintained that the various philosophical and religious traditions of the world ultimately point to the same underlying truths, even if they appear to differ on the surface. This conviction led him to study not only Christian theology and Greek philosophy but also Jewish Kabbalah and Islamic thought. Pico believed that by synthesizing these diverse traditions, one could arrive at a more complete understanding of the divine and the nature of reality. Pico's belief in the unity of truth is closely tied to his idea of human dignity. Since humans are capable of understanding the divine order through reason, they have the potential to achieve a comprehensive vision of truth that transcends the limitations of any single tradition. In this sense, Pico's work embodies the Renaissance ideal of Homo Universalis, the universal man who seeks knowledge across all disciplines and cultures. Challenges and controversies. Despite its bold vision, Pico's philosophy was not without controversy. His attempt to reconcile Christianity with pagan philosophies, as well as his interest in esoteric traditions like Kabbalah and Hermeticism, raised suspicions among the church authorities. In 1487, Pope Innocent VIII appointed a commission to examine Pico's 900 theses, and several of them were condemned as heretical. The Pope subsequently issued a bull prohibiting the public debate that Pico had planned. Pico responded to the condemnation by writing an apologia, defending his theses and asserting that his intentions were to illuminate rather than undermine Christian doctrine. Nevertheless, he was forced to leave Italy and seek refuge in France. It was only after several years of negotiation and intervention by powerful patrons, including Lorenzo de' Medici, that Pico was able to return to Italy and reconcile with the papacy under Pope Alexander VI. Legacy and influence. Although Pico della Mirandola's life was marked by controversy and his public debate on the 900 Theses was never realized, his Oration on the Dignity of Man has had a lasting impact on Western thought. The work is often regarded as a foundational text of Renaissance humanism, a movement that sought to revive classical learning and emphasize the value of human achievement. Pico's vision of human dignity and potential has continued to inspire philosophers, theologians, and scholars for centuries. Pico's ideas also played a significant role in the development of later philosophical movements, such as the Enlightenment, which emphasized reason, individualism, and the pursuit of knowledge. His belief in the unity of truth and the potential for human self-transformation resonates with modern ideas of personal growth and intellectual freedom. In many ways, Pico's Oration reflects the spirit of inquiry and optimism that characterized the Renaissance, a period in which humanity began to look beyond the medieval worldview and envision new possibilities for knowledge and self-understanding. Giovanni Pico della Mirandola's Oration on the Dignity of Man is a profound meditation on the nature of humanity and its place in the cosmos. Written during a time of intellectual revival and exploration, the work encapsulates the Renaissance ideal of human potential and the belief that individuals have the power to shape their own destiny through reason and will. By synthesizing a wide range of philosophical and religious traditions, Pico sought to demonstrate the unity of truth and the capacity of human beings to ascend toward divine wisdom. Despite the challenges and controversies he faced during his life, Pico's vision of human dignity continues to resonate with readers today, offering a timeless message of hope and empowerment.